Morning guys and welcome to CK and Thringies out on the full round 17 of the SANFL season. 4 games to choose from on Saturday, Chris, and it all kicks off when Central District take on the Norwood Redlegs. Norwood winning the last 2 of this encounter and Sturt knocking off Central last week. This game's been blowing right open.
Look, it certainly has. Super Saturday of SANFL, and this one is on ABC TV. We're going to find out just how much Norwood really have improved, but they keep raising the bar every time it's met. Simon Phillips, Nick Lower, Nick Dygan, so many players in really good form for them. Centrals were held scoreless in the last quarter last week. We don't see that since Nostradamus wore knee socks. Fantastic effort there by the Double Blues, and we know that Centrals don't play 2 bad games in a row. Some are saying this is the grand final preview. I think it's a little bit premature. We're not sure on Centrals yet, but quite honestly, this is going to be a fantastic test for where Norwood are at. I think they're going to have too much in hand, though, Centrals at the Ponderosa, so it should be a very intriguing encounter, but Central's just.
Tipping against the Redlegs?
Absolutely. Well, I want to be absolutely convinced on them so far. Not all of us are one-eyed supporters, by the way. How are North Adelaide going?
They're doing pretty well, Chris. They've won the last 2, one before the bye and then one after the bye last week against Port Adelaide. Sturt were in magnificent form last week, knocking off Central District, keeping, as you said, keeping them scoreless in the first quarter. At Unley Oval, what could happen here?
Well, the question is, have North Adelaide turned it around? You've got to bring that result back a little bit because Port, that was the worst effort of the season last week, but all you can do is win against the opposition served up, and North Adelaide were very good all around the ground. Yeah, the Double Blues fantastic last week against Central's a league benchmark. They're another team that needs to turn their season around. I'm still not convinced on the Roosters. They have to keep winning to make the finals. Sorry, Thringy, but I think Sturt are going to have your measure in this one.
Port Adelaide take on Glenelg down at Alberton Oval. Port, obviously, you're just saying, played one of their worst performances of the season last week. Winning the last quarter again, but coming up against Glenelg, who should have Chad Corns. They've won the last 7 against Port Adelaide. I think they'll make it 8.
Look, I tend to agree with you, and the Jungle Drums are saying Chad Corns and possibly Andrew McLeod. That'd be a battle for the purists, because you think at some stage they might line up on each other, just more so to entertain the crowd more than anything else. Yeah, you're right, Port dreadful last week, they really were. The corresponding encounter earlier on in the season, Port were pushing Glenelg deep into the final turn, and that is another intangible for them. They do lift it out at Oval. I don't think they're going to have enough here, though. Glenelg should win this one, and they should win it fairly comfortably if they're going to be a real chance of pressing for that double chance.
Woodville West Torrens taking on South Adelaide to finish out the round. The Eagles won the last 8 against South. Ronnie Fuller obviously coaching again against his old side. Bit of inside knowledge there, but I reckon the Eagles will come away quite comfortably with the win.
Well, the inside knowledge helped Ron in the first encounter this season when they did knock over Woodville West Torrens, but you'd think they might have worn off a little bit now. The Eagles have had 16 rounds to get used to that. So South Adelaide, they're feeling the effects of a long season, a lot of the kids, and they do need some more targets up forward. Woodville West Torrens, again, they're another team that really needs a double chance. They need to avoid dropping games like this. I really think they're going to have too much in hand there for South Adelaide. This should be a fairly comfortable win for the Eagles. If they happen to drop this one, there's real questions over the double chance. No questions for my Eagles by a long way.
4 games on Saturday, many options. Make sure you get out to at least one. We'll see you next week.